Hey yo, been a little while, been going through some purging and such. I I felt like I needed to do something about everything that's been going on lately. Since I seem to be the only reader I've ever seen that does readings on shit nobody else does, on like real world shit. I asked my cards, how is the patriarchy erasing women? Now, if anybody, any normal person disagrees with the fact that a trans woman or a trans man are a trans woman and a trans man, they are not women or men. Sorry, it's not bigoted. It is not phobic or ist in any way. It's the truth. And with the way things are going, you don't see trans men, biological women, competing or taking over men's spaces. But you see trans women, and not even really trans women, just men dressed up in dresses claiming to be women, taking over women's spaces. And I'm sorry, if you're a modern feminist, you're a fucking idiot. Because, my grandmother had to go through a lot of shit. My great-grandmother. Like, even before then, women could not survive without being married, or they would be pretty much cast off and lepers. Most were forced into prostitution because women had no rights. My mom couldn't have a bank account, she couldn't get a loan, any of that, until she reached a certain age when actual feminist movement was actually doing something about equal opportunity. And I was lucky enough to grow up where I did have equal opportunity as everybody else. And now, this modern shit is going way off the fucking rails. Women are being erased, and these fucking modern feminists are like, yes, trans women are women, but fuck the patriarchy. That is literally the patriarchy. Men taking over women's spaces. Are you fucking retarded? So, that's literally patriarchy. Men taking over women's spaces and erasing them, taking their rights away. If you cannot see that, then jump off the cliff with the rest of the sheep, because I am sick of seeing men in tampon commercials and competing and cracking women's skulls open and just dominating in sports against women, and women cannot say a goddamn thing, or they lose their scholarships, they lose their job, they lose their whatever, their livelihood. But I really have to say, I know people need to make money, and yes, you may have worked your whole life for this, but if you don't speak up, you're part of the fucking problem. you need to speak the fuck up and say, hell no, we won't go. This shit ain't right. Homie, don't play that shit. Because the longer you keep silent, the less you have a voice, and the more that the patriarchy wins. Because, yes, there are real trans people. I grew up with them. It's a medical condition, gender dysphoria. But with the grooming and sexualization of children and everything that's going on, it's just going way overboard. And if you don't agree with it, you're an ist or a phobe or a turf, which is whatever the fuck that means, something feminist. I'm not a fucking feminist. Like, I ain't on that fucking train. Like, fuck all of you. Like, old school, yeah. You know, I know what my ancestors went through, but today I had all the opportunities, same as all the men, same as every race. We all had the same opportunities. Nobody was discriminated against, and now we actually are. Now we're discriminated against for being white. Like, what the fuck? We're going back to segregation and patriarchy. Are you people fucking retarded? Like, this shit just makes me want to scream. I am so sick of what's going on in the world. And normal people, do not call me fucking cis. I'm a normal fucking woman. So don't label me. If you want to label yourself, go right ahead. But don't pull me into your shit. And I don't give a fuck if I misgender you because you look like a woman, I call you a woman. You look like a man, I call you a man. I ain't calling you a fee fi fo fum. Fuck you. That's your preference. You don't judge or, police my language in the way that I think, in the way I see the world. You ain't forcing me to do shit. So people need to start speaking up because it's gonna start getting worse. So they're speaking up because homie ain't playing this shit. So, how is the patriarchy erasing women? Alright, I'm using the Wisdom of the House of Night with the Weird Cat Tarot. We have the High Priestess of Fire with Temperance and the Devil. So, how is the patriarchy erasing women? Women, feminine, beautiful, passionate, loving, have that spark, have the imagination, have the desires and creativity and love, and they just want to be themselves, to share their love and compassion and heal and just be women. But the patriarchy is erasing them by pretty much trapping them and not allowing them to be women. Men are taking over women's spaces, and women can't be who they are because they're told to shut up. They are caught in chains. They are not allowed to be themselves. There are only two genders. Sorry. And we have movement with the Knight of Cups, which was in reverse, and the Two of Swords. So we have movement with this supposedly loving male, energy. And you know what this looks like? Someone getting raw dogged, fucked in the ass without lube. That's what this looks like to me. This does not look like love. This looks like, oh, fuck. So, movement towards fucking women in the ass, fucking anybody that doesn't agree, right in the ass. Creating discourse, creating silence, not allowing people to speak, not being able to understand what the fuck is going on because they're getting fucked in the ass sideways. Because movement into this new era of bullshit. Then we have denial with the Page of Wands. You're denying the fruit in the tree. You're denying that there are two different types. There are only two. And you can't make more. There are only two here. Which one are you going to reach for? You don't know? Yeah, you gotta choose. You can't just be like, I'm non-binary, I'm blah. No, you're denying what you really are because you're insecure and you're a narcissist and all you want to do is complain and bitch people out. And with the Page of Wands, you're like, bitch, it's my way or the highway. Like, I'm gonna force you to bow down, which is pretty fucking Marxist and communistic. But yeah, it's all for inclusion when you're excluding anybody that doesn't think the way you do. And actually, telling them to kill themselves, threatening violence, threatening to kill them, pretty much throwing them out of society and off the internet and ruining jobs and lives. This little bitch is in denial about what's really going on. The patriarchy is erasing women. You don't see anybody questioning what is a man, but nobody can answer the question, what is a woman? Because, patriarchy, guys. A woman is an adult human female. Just because somebody says they're a woman that has a dick, don't make them a woman. I got tits. I got a vagina. I have ovaries. I have a period. I have feminine features. High voice. I am a woman. That is what a woman is. And I'm really sick of society erasing me. I am not a birthing person. I'm not a chest feeder. I am not a person who bleeds. I'm a woman. And y'all need to start speaking up because it's not phobic to speak truth and put these people in their place because all they want to do is bully you. So, way I grew up, the best way to deal with a bully is punch a bitch in the face. Alright, we can't do violence these days, but you can speak your truth and you can tell them to shut the fuck up and you can come up with a great argument because all they do is talk in circles. They don't make any sense when they're saying their fucking ideology. It makes absolutely no fucking sense. So, anybody want to come at with an argument, go right ahead because I'll tell you what's up. So, start speaking up, guys, because if you don't, women will have no rights. And it's going even further than that with all the fucking racial shit. Like, we're going back to segregation. The world is upside down. So, that's the truth. I speak it. It is what it is. Love y'all.